what is travel in D&D? This is like probably one of the most searched items out there where a lot of people need help.
Well, it's so unsatisfying, typically, right?
It generally feels that way.
Yeah.
Or it feels like you can't accomplish a win with everybody around the table.
Or it's like a waste of time. Yeah.
But I think what this is, what it is, I think that this is the most important thing that we ignore. Why do we ignore it?
Do we? Oh, yeah.
Like we said, it's hard to define what it is off the cuff. I mean, travel could just be like here to there, done. It could be, like our favorite Frodo Baggins
taking the load.
Big old load sharing all across Mordor.
Yep.
What is that? And are they the same?
Okay.
Travel is travel, I guess. It defines as the same. It's going from one place to the other.
The words are the same, but it feels different.
Journey is the one that matters, right?
It feels different.
So why do we ignore it? And I think because it's a little undefined, it's a little everywhere, it's a little nowhere, it's really easy to kind of quote unquote mess it up. And it's very difficult to master or to make it look graceful or effortless or just kind of generally fun for everybody. When we look at TTRPGs, D&D, Pathfinder, everybody else,
Starfinder,
what we're looking at is really kind of one pillar being too lonely. 2 pillars is enough. 2 pillars is company. 2 is company, right?
3 pillars.
But 3 is a crowd, right? So to get all of that rolled in together,
it's the best kind of crowd.
And to keep it non-monotonous, worrying about the pacing, worrying about narrative stagnation, because you've spent too much time kind of smelling the flowers, right? Random encounters, resource management, because a lot of times we got to start tracking our rations, start tracking our weight when we start going into that. Time management, how much time are we spending actually doing this? And then, of course, all of that leads us back to a lack of engagement. So what are we to do about all of these things that don't want to come together? It's like herding cats with all of these ideas. So what are we actually missing out on? We're missing out on the chance to do some proper world building and some exploration of that world, right?
Okay.
And we can get into kind of a theater of the show, don't tell. This is what my world looks like. These are the boreal forests that supply the kingdom. This is the crystal waters that we fish from to, supply the blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
There is a chance for you to get out there and show these things. Show that your world is vicious, full of bandits, full of cutthroats.
Yes.
Or maybe it's nicely patrolled and everything's a yellow brick road and the munchkins just sing you along. When we're getting out there and we're doing that show, we're able to then do cultural exposure. Why is this place different from that place?
Okay.
What is the meaning of this place? What is the feeling of this place, right? We have the chance to get out there and show these things. We get to show an epic journey feeling by having these environments, these majestic, like I said, mountains, cliffs, bluffs, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That emphasis gets me every time. But these sorts of things are the world building and exploration that we generally miss out on when we just go fast travel.
Right.
From one place to the next.
Because that is a thing that people do too.
That is a thing that people do. There's these things that we're missing when we just focus on the core aspect of travel. What else are we missing out on? Plot diversification.
Okay.
Foreshadowing, plot hooks.
Oh, okay.
Right? More things. Once again, we're showing what's going on. Maybe the warlord that's taking over villages in the east. As we travel further west, the people are spreading fear. They've heard that they're coming. If you go east, you see the devastation. You find that the rumors are true. So these sorts of things work great. You can lead in your BBGs or whatever's coming, whatever you want to have as kind of the next arc, the next story. Maybe it intertwines with a player's story. And so they can start their own rumors that you as the DM can kind of bounce on. We're not on that topic. But
like Mean Girls.
The musical?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of it all, when you get out there, there's also the possibility to incorporate side quests, right? Instead of ignoring them, instead of just going there, right? That magical item that you want and that random stone or shale chip that you need to go collect for it, right? That can be out there. It is out there by definition.
Yes.
Right? And gives you a reason to go from A to B or to expand your area of influence. I think that travel is an underdeveloped skill, especially for most DMs. I think it's just so many layers, trying to keep everything together, trying to keep it cohesive, trying to execute that gracefully and well. It is difficult to execute in all of these factions and fronts simultaneously. So when we get to this, I think it's important that we understand that it is a skill to develop. Managing all of these things is difficult, and it improves over time the more you do it. Understand that your achievements and your accomplishments become kind of polish for its own reward, right? What you do, you should realize that you're good at doing it, or you're average at doing it, or you're bad at doing it, and work to get better. And all of that work, much like kind of going to the gym, is worth it. So accept your best for the day, move on to tomorrow, do a little bit better, try new things. But travel itself is going to be a very kind of rainbow effect, and you got to pick one part of it at a time to work on. It becomes...
Ew, that's talking about dirty secrets.